Now we're going to talk about loops and iteration in JavaScript. Loops are essential for executing a block of code multiple times, allowing us to automate repetitive tasks. Now before we dive into coding, let's understand the importance of loops and iteration in JavaScript. Loops provide us with a way to repeatedly execute a block of code until a certain condition is met. They save us from writing redundant code and make our programs more efficient and flexible. Let's start with the for loop, which is commonly used when the number of iterations is known in advance. In this code snippet, back in here, just made this bigger. In this code snippet, we use a for loop to iterate over a block of code 5 times. We declare the variable I and initialize it to 0, and then the loop runs as long as I is less than 5. After each iteration, I is incremented by 1. The I++ is similar to doing I plus I plus equals 1. The message iteration followed by the value of I is printed using console.log. The while loop is useful when the number of iterations is unknown and depends on a certain condition. In this code snippet, we use a while loop to iterate over a block of code as long as condition I less than 5 is true. We initialize I to 0 before the loop starts, and inside the loop, we print the message iteration followed by the value of I, and then increment I by 1. The loop continues until I becomes equal to 5. The do while loop is similar to the while loop, but it guarantees that the code block is executed at least once, even if the condition is initially false. In this code snippet, we use a do while loop to iterate over a block of code. We start by setting I to 0, and then inside the loop we print the message iteration followed by the value of I, and then increment I by 1. The loop continues as long as the condition I less than 5 is true. And that concludes our tutorial on loops and iteration in JavaScript. We covered the for loop, while loop, and do while loop, and learned how to use them effectively to control repetitive tasks in our programs. With this knowledge, you can automate processes and save time and effort.